Yesterday was wine, so today is food, probably plus a little bit of wine as well. Okay, back to the expo for the other halls. So it's at the same location, back to the SNIEC. Yesterday was Pro Wine, today is the Food and Hospitality China, which are these 8 halls here. We have things like meat, leisure food, and then we've got beverage, sweets, high-end catering, coffee and tea. That's Pro Wine behind me, and here we are going into the Food Expo. Immediately into some baking. And there we have some ham. I can smell some meat odours in the air already. I thought the Food Expo was going to be actually quite empty because there was many people in the Wine Expo yesterday, but in fact it's probably even busier here. Now what I'll do is I'll go down the entire length of the hall here. We've got North 1 as usual. Some countries again, there's Belarus, and I see Great Britain over here. Some rural agricultural views from the UK there. And quite often at the food expos with some freebies you get quite long lines sometimes. And there's another long line there. Whatever these people are cooking up. Oh wow, loads of people. And there we have a pig, Danish, famous usually for their bacon. There's an American group of stands. And Uruguay. More free samples. And for your queuing time, a tiny piece of meat. Can't see all of the country stands or stands. We've got 8 halls to get through. That was the first one. That's N1 and heading towards N2. N2 is international leisure food. Let's see what that means. I'm seeing some cakes. It is the last day of a 3-day expo, but there's people packing up already. It's kind of a little bit early. I quite like sun-made raisins, and it's odd, but I think it's true that you can tell how the political relationship is going on between America and China on whether you can get a hold of them in China, because if things are particularly bad, there's no supply. And there we have Singapore. Oat milk and coffee, I think, is on that stand. Off to N3. If I remember, N3 was beverages. I can see Kellogg's already. Your go-to food expert, Hormel. I think they do meats. I think this is the classic end of expo. Let's sell the stock. More queues for samples. Ice cream. There you go. There's the ice cream queue. There's Kellogg's. I didn't know they owned Pringles. I do now. This one's quite a busy hall again, so I'll take us down the length of the hall. We end at Saudi Arabia, showing some milk, fish and energy. The ubiquitous forums and presentations. Oh, that's big. I was in a food queue for some nice looking dumplings and they ran out. So I'm joining these queues as well. Wow. Here we have Russia. Salt and caviar. Yep, looks like Russia's on the charm offensive. Look at all of that. And Russia's all the way down there as well. Massive. And more, and another corridor. That's like 3. Yep, absolutely massive for Russia. Probably about 30 or 40 smaller stands in there. Okay, it wasn't beverage, I was wrong. Maybe that's the next one. On to N4. Turkey. Yep, Turkey. There's large... Let's have a look up here. Turkey all the way down here as well. Even though it's the food and hospitality show, they've actually got some drinks here as well. So we are trying some Belgian beer. Let's have a quick look at it. Thank you very much, sir. So, Guden Corolus. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Right, here we go. Oh, I should say, it is past 12 o'clock. Actually, no, it's not. It's 5 to 12. But anyway, it's the afternoon somewhere. Yeah, Flanders in Belgium. So, a number of beers. And it looks like a whiskey as well. Okay. Yeah? Oh, I mean, sorry, that is a whiskey, right? I'll finish the beer first, but I'll try a sample of the whiskey as well, of course. So yeah, Belgian beer and chocolates and whiskey. A German Spanish corridor. We have beer on the German side, of course, and ham on the Spanish side. You don't see this every day, so a German Baijiu distillery. That was some nice German Baijiu. I had a couple of samples of the amber and then the apple, which truly was very appley. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And look at this lucky guy, gets pushed around the Expo. This is the European Union, and this is actually quite well set up. So you can see we've got an audience, then we've got the display stand there, and a good video set up from above. Well set up. I don't know if it's China or global, but there's a real desire for truffle here. So you can see that that's quite popular. A Dr. Cow. Quite nice branding. I think it's coffee. And the Salon du Chocolat, Global Chocolate Tasting Show. Ah, that's slightly different. I think these are probably chocolate. Yes, they are. And I suppose the pièce de résistance with the Salon du Chocolat is the terracotta warrior there. Let's have a little bit of a look around the world of chocolate. More queues. That was N4, and we go on. And we're at the back end of the hall, that's why it's a bit emptier here. That's nice, we've had a culinary art competition here. I'm going to assume these are the participants for the competition today. There we have more truffle, and let's go down this hall. I can see America in the far distance. So yes, there's another American pavilion, and I think we've got some waffles going on here. Lots of cooking going on here, so we've got some noodles, I think, and more queues for it. Okay, that's the ends done. There's all the ends that are done. 3 buses to get you around, and we've got 3 east halls to do. So let's start with E7, coffee and tea. Starting to get emptier by the minute. Let's go down coffee and tea. Okay. So it was a shame to have missed whatever that little celebration was about, but I think it was the end of cooking competition. Pastry, I think. Not so much going on in coffee and tea. Let's move on to E6. Yes, it said push. Curry from Malaysia. Yes, it seems like a whole Malaysian area here. More tea and coffee. There's Luckin Coffee, quite famous for various financial reasons. And we've got the barista competition again. We had this in the last Expo. That's leaving E6 and then on to E5. Yep. Getting very quiet now. So the people selling. And another vlogger. Oh, and there's another one. There's another one. It's a vlogging party. So there's a first time for everything, and this is the first time I'm using the little bus to get around the site. Okay, that's the end of the Food Expo. I hope you like that. What we'll do is pop back into the Pro Wine Expo, see how busy it still is. A little bit quieter. Afternoon of the last day. Here we have the Catalonia, Spain, Austria section. And here is our trusted Patrick for the red course. Here we are again at the Evo Wine Group, part of California and America, and hopefully we're going to be trying some of their red wines here. Patrick is the eminent historian for here in Shanghai. He's just busy with these two here at the moment. So here's Patrick.
Today we're starting on the reds, and we're starting with a brand that was kind of created to appeal to restaurants and bars. It's called Bar Dog, and it's all serious, whites and reds. We're tasting the Cabernet Sauvignon, and each one has a different dog on it.
Okay.
It appeals to wine lovers as well as dog lovers.
Great. Thank you very much, Patrick. Here we are. Lovely.
I don't speak Chinese.
Yep, nice and clean. Definitely cabs have.
So now we're moving to a blended wine that is not oak, so very, very fruity, fruit forward as they say, and appeals to people who like fruit wine. So let's try this.
Thank you.
It's a blend.
Can I get a name card or something?
Yeah. See why they call it berry. Evo doing us a nice job there, and they do seem popular. You can see over here it's still California, but a little bit less so. Something going on in the distance over there. I spy some activity.
From Cabernet and Cabernet blends to Zinfandel, one of the signature grapes in California. And this one is from the Central Coast. That's what it says, right? So in between San Francisco and out Los Angeles, near the coast. Ballard Lane, and this is a Zinfandel. So let's try it.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Great aromas. And going up in complexity. Certainly, I understand why they called it the berry bomb. The berry notes really came out in that. But that's really nice as well. Lovely.
So this is a Napa Valley Cabernet, and actually comes mostly, the grapes come mostly from the northern part of Napa Valley in a place called Calistoga, and the label is Clos Pégase, which is French, but we're in Napa, okay? And this is a delightful 100% Cabernet from 2014. So, like a lot of Napa cabs, you should age them for a little while.
It's the penultimate cab. 2014. We're going up in the world. That's really getting quite nice. Thank you very much for your hospitality. We are on the last Ghost Hull.
Ghost Hull is the brand. It's Cabernet Sauvignon. 100%, I believe, and it's from Monterey County, so just south of San Francisco, whereas Napa and Sonoma are north of San Francisco. And this is a relatively young vintage, 2020, so should have plenty of oomph.
Okay, it's been a joy to have Patrick, who is not only a wine guru but also the preeminent person in the history of Shanghai, particularly around the 1920s, 30s and 40s, and is a member of the Shanghai Historic Society, if not leader, but you know, does many tours on the weekends. Thank you very much, Patrick. Yes, it has oomph, as Patrick said.
This is Baldor 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 2018 vintage. It's from my winery, Castiblanca Winery. It's the third generation. My grandfather started the business, and in this case, this is the wine. Is the best seller in Shanghai from my importer, Western Shanghai, because it's very elegant. 50 months in French oak. It's very pleasant in the mouth. I think it's good pairing with the Chinese gastronomy.
We've been in America this morning, so here we are in Spain at last. I've been around quite a few of the stands, but
And of course,
oh, that's nice. A little bit of cheese, a bit of the Cabernet. So we're blessed. Here we are actually opening a bottle of Rioja as we are in Spain. So thank you very much, Miguel. That's very nice of you. Oh, lovely.
a little bit clean. Okay.
I'm not left-handed.
In this case, the color is perfect. Have a lot of time in barrel, but the color is perfect. Now I think it's good moment for the wine, and it's very pleasant in the nose. Red fruit, a little bit sweet oak. I think it's very interesting, and the most important is very fresh in the mouth. It's pleasant and fresh.
I will join you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Very different to the...
Yes, different.
Yes, yeah, totally different. Very thankful that we opened a Rioja. They're totally unique, very dark and earthy taste.
With this wine, I think it's better.
Ah, and here we have some of the ham. Lovely. Security guards have come round. So actually this is quite a well-known brand in Spain, so Marqués de Jerez. This brand apparently is around about only 12,000 bottles per year, but this one, obviously not in this size, but the standard bottle, 5 million per year. So here we have a clever little bit of innovation here using the moire effect. Yeah, that's really clever. And I guess you're doing this through a little magnetic propeller, but then I'm an engineer, so...
This contains butterfly pea flower, so it changes the color when you add an acid.
Changes color. So innovation even in the product as well. And here we are with Bodegas Jaime.
It's called white velvet, El
Yes.
Cano. El
Okay.
Cano is the first man in the world who traveled all around the world.
Ah, okay.
So he's a Spanish guy
Right.
who was looking for a new route
Yes.
to find the species route.
Right.
So in this travel, he brings with him pineapple, cloves, cinnamon, and ginger.
Okay.
So we use this species in
Yes,
this
yes.
year.
Nice to have that story, and that's
Yeah.
why we have the world map in the background of the
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah.
Here we are at the Islay Boys with Mac, and we are tasting this whiskey here,
Beer Legs Island.
which is their best seller, which has a good note.
46%.
46. It is indeed. Yes.
Lightly smoked.
Yes.
China, people appreciate their whiskey. They drink sensibly. Glasgow, on the other hand,
And I actually noticed that as well, in that often people going to the stands here are quite well educated.
you get it for me. And
So this is a wonderful offer from the Islay Boys, getting a bottle at the end of the Expo. Fantastic.
enjoy, Tim.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's lovely. I'll send you a link to the YouTube video. Hopefully it can help you out. Quite often we see an advert for the Expos going into the next year. So that was the Food and Hospitality Expo, which was linked kind of to the Pro Wine Expo 2023 here in Shanghai. I hope you enjoyed that. Please consider to like and subscribe, and see me on the next one. Bye-bye.